The World Health Organization says that it's received reports that more than 450 civilians have been killed in a hospital in the Sudanese city of El Fasher. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces are being accused of the killings after capturing the city from the Sudanese army following an 18-month siege. While the army's retreat is a potential turning point in Sudan's brutal civil war, as El Fasher was their last remaining foothold in the west of the country. Now, this means that the RSF is effectively in control of the Darfur region, and there are growing claims of atrocities in El Fasher. Now, just to warn you, Jeremy Bowen's report contains distressing images.
People who've managed to get out of El Fasher since it was captured by the Rapid Support Forces say that RSF fighters have been killing civilians as well as Sudanese armed forces prisoners. The UN has called this the war of atrocities committed since 2023 by both sides. Attacks on civilians, hospitals, as well as torture, rape and executions.
I think this is the worst place on earth now, is the biggest humanitarian emergency on earth, and it happens in the dark, really. There's been far too little attention to what's happening in Sudan.
This has been verified as a university building in Al Fasher. The RSF fighter goes to inspect a room full of dead men. Somehow one of them, sitting on a bench, has survived what looks to be a massacre. Casually, the gunman raises his rifle and shoots him. With another fighter, he strolls around their victims, making sure no one is left alive. With Sudan in pieces, the leader of the RSF, known as Hemedti, celebrated his side's victory. He said the liberation of Al Fasher was not a step towards separation. It was a step towards national unity, whether in peace or in war. Here in the UK, Mohammed Al-Sheikh, an NHS doctor, lost touch with medics in El Fasher who'd been monitoring the siege until just after the RSF took the city.
Obviously, hospitals were always a target for the RSF attacks throughout the 500 last days. But this time they went into the hospital and they kidnapped some of the hospital staff. The very first reports that we got, they kidnapped around 4 doctors and 1 pharmacist and 1 nursing staff. And then after that, they demanded ransom from the families of these people.
Sudan's war is fought with weapons provided by the two sides' allies. Egypt supports the Sudanese armed forces, and the United Arab Emirates denies evidence that it supplies the RSF. Outside powers have their own agendas, while Sudan splits into 2 halves in a catastrophic war with no end in sight that has killed more than 150,000 people. Jeremy Bowen, BBC News.
Well, let's cross live to Sudan now. We can speak to Shihab Mohammed Ali, who is a senior program manager for Islamic Relief Sudan. You join us from the port of Sudan. We understand that the UN is describing what is happening in Al Fasher as impossible when it comes to aid deliveries. What is your team, what are your colleagues saying about the situation there?
Yeah, good morning. Actually, the situation, as you all know, is catastrophic and very sad. The town has been under siege for the last 18 months, and now the situation is becoming even worse, with people trying to flee the town, but they could not. People got captured in the city. There is reports of killing, and recently by WHO also they reported killing of even patients in the hospital. This is very sad. International community needs to intervene immediately. There was no intervention over the last 2 years. People were suffering shortage of food, starvation, and shortage of all public services, health, and everything. There is some managed already to flee the town, going to other parts of Darfur, mainly to the north or to the area of Jabal Marra. We are trying to help those who managed to flee the situation by providing food and health services. There is a lot of efforts needed from the international community coming late is better than nothing. They need to intervene now to support the people either in Al-Fashir or those who managed to flee Al-Fashir. Thank you.
What is your understanding about why that international intervention isn't taking place, given the desperate need of the people there?
The main issue was the access and the ongoing fighting. There was ongoing fighting and bombing. The access was not possible, and many even international workers have been killed, and there was no safety. They were all support on some reports saying that support is being also looted. So it was very difficult to even bring support, if it is food or medicines, inside the affected areas.
And when it comes to the displacement of people as well, it's not just the killings that we've seen, but also a huge amount of people displaced, given how long this fighting has been ongoing. How do you assess, how do you help?
Yeah, the internally displaced people are now those who are coming from the conflict zones, even if it is in Darfur or Kordofan, they are all over Sudan now. They are still in gathering areas and camps, and they are in bad need of support and assistance. Many organizations, even local, international, or UN, they are trying to provide support, but still the need is there.
Okay, Shihab Mohammed Ali from Islamic Relief Sudan, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for just outlining what is happening there.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Silva, and now I would like to present the news about war in Sudan. As we have seen, this war occurred due to a struggle for power. This war had serious impact, such as economic crisis, many people were killed, drug crisis, food crisis, and many others. It received reports that more than 450,000 civilians have been killed in a hospital in Sudan, Libya. This is the worst place on earth. Now is the biggest humanitarian emergency on earth. There's been far too little attention to what's happening in Sudan. Many of them fled from the city to other places, and they help those people. In my opinion, in the midst of the crisis and the difficulty of accessing aid, some of the aid that does come in may be of some help, but it's still far from enough. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.